And I'm free, free falling. Master Ready Gear to you, we've arrived. This is the fabled surface that has long been part of Skyloft legend. By my calculations, you are currently positioned in a location known as the Field Grounds. Please proceed with caution, Master. Hello everybody, my name is Lady Gear to you, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Master says so for this area. Excuse me? I'm very rude of you not to attack me twice when I'm trying to explain stuff. Anyway, these guys are Deku Babas. I really like how you fight them in this game. Their mouths will open either horizontally or vertically, and depending on which way they're opening their mouth is the way you want to attack them. Fi can help you with battles in this game, similar to how Navi did in Ocarina of Time, or Tattle in Majora's Mask. I lived a full life! Let's go see the, let's go check out the pillar that's down there. But first, let's stop some grass. It's not a Zelda game unless you can cut grass. Young one. Child of destiny, descended from the sky. Raise the sword of the goddess Skyward. Take aim at the evil over and unleash its power. ... So, we need to use a Skyward Strike on the Pillar of Evilness. That's it. That's the name of the Pillar of Evilness. After Lady Gear to you, I'm sensing a change in the area that was triggered by your Skyward Strike. I've also detected an aura that correlates closely to your sailcloth. I surmise this aura belongs to Zelda. I can lead you in the direction of this aura through the process known as dowsing. Would you like me to explain this process to you? Now! Understood. Hold down the C button to select Zelda as your dowsing target, then point in the direction you wish to search. I just told you no, and you explain anyway. That it's still a problem I have with this game is that this game has like really excessive tutorials. And that right there is the best example I could think of where, I told Fi that I didn't want to know more about the dowsing target because I was going to explain it myself anyway. But, she pretty much explains how it works anyway. You hold down the C button, and you select Zelda as your dowsing target. And when that happens, this purple ring will point in the direction that Zelda is located at. It's pretty useful for, if you're looking for stuff, so you're gonna definitely want to you're definitely gonna want to remember how to use the dowsing ability, especially with side quests later on. Some of the side quests are like a lot more difficult without it. And for whatever reason, I always use my Skyward Strike on this door right here, even though I know it does absolutely nothing in this game.
The traveler descended from the clouds above. I welcome you, child of fate.
You're old.
Tell me, what is your name? Let it hear to you. Let it hear to you. Good, very good. I think you have already gained control over the sacred power that fills your sword when pointed skyward. The Skyward Strike is your command. It is proof that you are fit to bear the blade you carry, the God Sword. I have sat here for many years on my fat, lazy butt doing absolutely nothing. Also that I could fulfill my purpose as your guide. You stand under the roof of the Skyview Temple, a place built by the goddess an eternity ago. Your arrival here was predestined many, many years ago. The spirit maiden you seek arrived here shortly before you, descending into this land of the sorrow of life. Without doubting it, the gears of fate have begun to turn. Yet all is not as it should be. The spirit maiden was not meant to reach this land as Mercy did. I feel an evil power working inside of it. Moves it to warp the destiny of which you two apart. Eddie Gare to you. You are concerned for the spirit maiden and seek her whereabouts, yes? That is understandable.
This voice is really hurting my throat.
Set out to Faron Woods to discover the destiny for herself, and you must follow. Show me your map. X upon your map marks the path that you will lead to Faron Woods. You will be traveling in an unfamiliar land. Many monsters are settled here, and the map may not prove guides enough for your journey. And so I will give you the power to create beacons. When I played through this game the first time, I misread that as bacons, and I was like, what? How's a piece of bacon going to help me throughout this game? But then I realized it said beacon, and I felt like an idiot. Though you cannot see it from where you are, a beacon stands outside to guide you. Leave the temple through the front doors and see for yourself. When you are no longer have the use of a beacon, you can remove it from your map by pressing C. Use the beacons well, and you will never fear getting lost. Go now, you must head to Faron Woods and chase after the Spirit Maiden, the one you call Zelda. On your way out, take the contents of the treasure chest within this room. What you find there will prove useful to you in your journey.
Magical old people hair power. It unlocks doors.
You are ready. Now leave through the door before you and head to the woods. I wish you safe travel. Other all the questions you have now will be answered in time. For now, Lady Gear, you go bravely!
So, before I do anything else, there's a treasure chest over here that the old woman was talking about. And there's another empty bottle in there. Most Zelda games have 4 empty bottles, if I remember correctly. This game, this game, if memory serves correctly, has 5 empty bottles rather than usual 4. I could see a column of bacon off in the distance. The bacon must be mine. Speaking of bacon, a few months ago, Burger King was having like bacon ice cream. Um, it was it was weird, but it tasted really good. But I haven't seen that Burger King since. My sisters call me a dork because I actually liked it. Anyway, they're moblins right here, so let's go destroy them. Destroy the moblins. I really love the combat in this game. Because every fight feels like its own little puzzle. They can block your attacks, but what I usually find as a good strategy is to keep swinging left and right, because eventually it might work, and if that doesn't help, then swinging upwards or downwards might get the job done. Ooh, thanks for jumping in there to rescue me, bud. Just who are those red pests? I did not expect to run into a pack of them in this peaceful forest. Same goes for you. This is the second time I've bumped into one of your kind today. I tell you, all sorts of weird things are going on lately. Big thanks for taking care of those guys, so let me tell you something fascinating. Hey bud, I'm Gorgo the Goron. I'm researching the ancient history of these woods here. That is fascinating! That's the most fascinating thing I've heard all day! Apparently, these old statues serve as landmarks for those traveling up to the sky or down from this island of the Isle of the Goddess here. If you find one, be sure to examine it to keep tabs of the number of landmarks. That's what I was talking about in a few videos ago when I was saying that the bird statues in this game, they work similar to how the owl statues work in Majora's Mask. They don't work exactly the same because in Majora's Mask, you could use the Song of Soaring to teleport to whatever owl statue you want. But in this game, it works a little bit differently because when you communicate with an owl statue, it sends you to the sky rather than teleporting you to another bird statue. People actually live on the Sky Island, and they go around flying out birds. Up there, everyone reveres the goddess, and the residents of all islands in the sky live. Not only that, but from what I could tell, the civilization is way more advanced than ours down here. But it does not even stop there. This Isle of Goddess has even more stuff to marvel at. The place is crafted by the goddess herself, so it figures that it's filled with wonders we do not have down here. The buildings were all made of gold, and then a spring of mystical water feeds a river through the place. One sips that up, and you live forever. The seeds are heavy with plump fruit that cures all disease. The fields are crowded with pumpkins that never rot. Magic wildflowers bloom everywhere. And the weather, oh, the weather. Not too hot, not too cold. No chance of sweaty in the garden paradise. Amazing, right? Wrong. It is beyond amazing. You want to hear more about it? No. Oh, that's... I was hoping to tell you more, but I guess I can wait. I love how his story is like overly exaggerated right there. How like there's like a spring of water that makes you live forever and stuff like that. It's just really funny. The statue reacted the moment you got near it. How crazy is that? These statues, just like the ones up at Skyloft, you can use them to save your game. And as you can see right there, there's the option to take you to the sky. This is very useful, but we're not going to use it right now. What was that? The statue just reacted to you. What did you do? Come on, do not make a big guy beg. I've got to know. Before we do anything else, I just want to go over here real quick, because if we climb up these leaves, there's a tunnel over here that will lead us to somewhere that's pretty useful. This log right here, we can push this towards this area. This will make it so that when we go back to the sealed grounds, we don't have to walk all the way through the building and all that way and stuff like that. This isn't exactly entirely useful because we could just go to the sky, go back into the column, and land at another bird statue, but that's not the point. The point is, the log is kind of useful. Over here, there's the bacon thing. There's another log right there, which we can roll around and stuff like that. A big thing with this game that it's kind of had a mixed reaction across the Zelda community is that the overworld is treated as a sort of its own dungeon. Master, you have entered Faron Woods. My God, I just love this song. The plentiful water in this region clearly sustains a large diversity of flora, including this massive tree. It is logical that the lush plant life and water resources have attracted animal species to this region. Looking at the probabilities, it is extremely likely that Zelda is somewhere in the area. I recommend you continue to use your dowsing ability to search for her. So as I was saying a moment ago, something that kind of received a mixed reaction throughout the Zelda community was that the overworld in this game is treated as its own, sort of like dungeon where there are puzzles throughout the overworld. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this. I like the idea, but I'm not sure if I want to see it again in another Zelda game. I know for a fact it's not going to be in Zelda U because they've talked about making Zelda U like a really open world and stuff like that. And we're going to be introduced to quite possibly the most adorable thing in the entire Zelda series.
Huh? It's gone quiet. Green you! That was a green one! I didn't even know the came in green! Don't hurt me, Kikwi!
That thing is just so adorable! After, I picked up a highly interesting spike in the dowsing readings from the creature you just encountered. Zelda? The probability of this life form being Zelda is 5%, so I must conclude that this is, in fact, not Zelda, but a peaceful forest creature. Kikwis are highly intelligent beings capable of speech. Yet, upon further observation, clearly not Zelda. Are you saying Zelda is not capable of speech? Jerk. It is unclear why such a creature would elicit a dowsing response tuned to Zelda. So, let's climb up this area. You need to run to get up there, which will drain your stamina gauge. Slopes like that are going to be playing a major role throughout this game, mostly in the next area after Faron Woods, but they're not really that important right here. So now we have to go follow that Kikwi. I'm going to say right now, this game is absolutely gorgeous. I've heard some people talking about saying that they don't like the art style in this game, and one Let's Player that I was actually watching the other day, he was talking about how much he didn't like this game and how he thought the graphics in this game were disgusting. And when I heard that, I was completely blown away because because I think the game's graphics are gorgeous. You'd think that these kind of graphics would. Oh, this thing. This is a jelly blob. This is the first of many collectibles you can get from enemies. These are materials you can collect. The materials, there are lots of materials in the game, and I will be showing all of them and stuff like that. But as I was saying a moment ago, this Let's Player talked about how he thought the graphics in this game were disgusting, and I was really surprised by that because I absolutely love the graphics in this game. It's sort of what Nintendo wants to do with the graphics in Zelda, and what the fanbase wants from the graphics from Zelda. It's a mixture of cartoony and realism, which I just really love the graphics. I don't understand how people could not like the graphics in this game.
It spun me again! Kikwi! Huh? You don't want to eat me? And come to think of it, why did you fight off all those red monsters?
If you heard that, that was my dog.
I'm Machi, I'm a Kikwi. You seem okay, even though you're scary. Excuse me? Just because I'm taller than you and have a sword does not mean I'm evil. I don't know who she was, but she seemed to be in big trouble when I saw her. See a friend of yours? A pack of those mean red guys were after her, but she escaped as the Kikwi elder.
This information indicates that she was assailed from monsters, but somehow evaded capture. I've marked the position of the Kikwi known as Machi. Please confirm your location. Please confirm your current location. Furthermore, my analysis suggests that this Kikwi most likely produces a false positive dowsing reaction due to the previous direct contact with Zelda. Using this hypothesis, I theorize that there's an 85% chance that the Kikwi Elder will also generate dowsing reactions. I propose you continue dowsing to search for Zelda.
You really spooked me. You keep some very strange company, friend. It sounds like you're set on finding this friend and the Elder. If you're heading that way anyway, would you mind telling the Elder I'm safe? Cheer up, I bet your friend is safe with our Elder.
So I was saying a moment ago, the Kikwis are quite possibly my favorite creatures in the Zelda series. They remind me a lot of the Nopon from Xenoblade Chronicles. I'm not sure how many of you have actually played that game, but I'll give you an example. In Super Smash Bros. 4, in Sulk's Final Smash, there's like a vegetable thing that will help Sulk and Dunban fight their opponent. His name is Ricky. But the Nopon in that game remind me a lot of the Kikwis in this. Oh my god, there's a scary demon red thing. As I was saying, the Kikwis in this game remind me a lot of the Nopon from Xenoblade Chronicles. The big difference between my opinions on them is that the Nopon voices, mostly Ricky, something about his voice just kind of bothers me. It might just be because he talks about himself in the third person, and that kind of irritates me in video games, but I still like the Nopon, and I love the Kikwis. Whenever I find material like this, I'm going to be posting in the description all the locations in the game you can find that. Keep in mind that some of them are kind of spoilers for future areas, but all the locations you can find the materials that we find in the video, I'll be posting their location in the description below. These Octoroks are really fun to fight. When they spit a rock at you, you thrust the nunchuck forward to fire it back at them. I just love that. They're really fun to fight. Unless, of course, you don't like motion controls, which I can understand. Motion controls can be a little bit gimmicky sometimes. On this, as we jump across this rope thingy, you have to swing the remote back and forth to swing on the rope. I kind of consider that to be a kind of gimmicky way to implement motion controls in the game. Ooh, I am Bucha, the Kikwi leader. I saw the way you spotted me through my ingenious camouflage. Are you clearly a master woodsman? Others like you? What? You think you've met some of my people? So Machi is safe. How about the monsters? They're still lurking in the forest. I don't dare leave the spot. And you're looking for one of your lost people as well. Yes, at one point during the monsters' panic here, I did speak with the blonde girl of your kind. Now is not the time for such talk. The forest is full of monsters, but I am worried about my missing tribe. The shock of worry you made that has made my memories of the girl quite hazy. 3 Kikwis are still unaccounted for. Could I ask you search for them and make sure they're all safe? I'm worried sick for my fellow Kikwis. If you could calm my fears, I might be able to remember more about where the girl you seek went off. Learning that Zelda is no longer the Kikwi Elder is an unfortunate setback, but he may still have useful information. Taking this into account, I calculate an 85% probability that your quest will be aided if you find the lost Kikwis for the Elder. To expedite your search for these Kikwis, I have added Kikwis as a dowsing option. Do you need me to explain how to switch dowsing targets? No! Additionally, I mark any Kikwis you discover on the map and disable dowsing readings for them. That way you will not revisit the same Kikwis. This concludes my explanation. When ready, please begin the search for the missing Kikwis. And with that, we're going to end this video off here. So, thank you guys for watching this video of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and until next time, later to you. Oh yeah.